talk about Dallas because you won the ship.
Yes.
Dallas, you got 2011 NBA championship. That's a journey. Mm-hmm. That's a grind.
That was a team, too.
I went to the West Conference Final tired as hell. NBA Finals playing against the Miami Heat.
Mm-hmm.
Dirk Nowitzki, AJ's favorite player.
My favorite player.
Yes? Okay.
What? I had a project on Dirk Nowitzki. All that. Like, Dirk, I got a picture. I don't know where it's at. I think my mom got it somewhere.
How different. And there's a debate on the greatest NBA Finals run.
Oh, it's not a debate.
Not a debate.
When you look at who Dirk had to beat, the only thing maybe close is maybe Hakeem Olajuwon's. They had a run. But when you when you look at who Dirk had to beat, obviously Portland first round, that's Brandon Roy.
Different.
LA.
Yeah, Brandon Roy. You know what I'm saying? So Brandon Roy was a problem for
he
those
was
knees.
Different.
Issue.
Yeah, he was different.
Issue.
That's Brandon Roy and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got to realize the next series, it's Kobe and Powell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Coming off a championship.
Mm-hmm.
Swept them. Then the next series, it's KD, Russ, and Harden.
Oh shit.
Gentleman sweep. Then the next series, Bosh, Wade, Bron. Like how many Hall of Famers did he knock off on that run? Your favorite Hall of Famers from that time period got clapped on that run.
Yeah, it's not no debate. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
It was, and it was to the point where he was the best player in the playoff. I mean,
yeah,
he was the best player in the playoffs.
There was nothing you could do with him.
He was that series right there. He was cooking.
I love the fact that Dirk had quiet confidence. I won't say quiet confidence. He would say it to us. He just didn't feel like he needed to say it to the world.
Respect.
He would say certain little things. I'd be like, "Oh, I ain't know he was like that." Like some guys like got to get out there and they got to beat their chest and tell you, "Yeah, I'm like." KG had to announce, and that's no disrespect. KG just he just basically said, "Hey," he had to let you know that I'm ticket.
Yeah, 100%.
Dirk didn't feel that way, but he would say something behind the scenes that was different. Like he'd just be like, "We taking on the big three." He's like, I don't. They ain't no real big three. If they really wanted to create a big three, they would have came and got me. Dead serious.
Respectfully,
I'm like,
that's why he was different.
That's real.
Yo,
that's why he
like
different.
if it was a real big three. Hey, listen, no disrespect to Bosh.
I gotta ask.
If you should have came and got me, you ain't got me. You ain't got no big three.
The fake coffin. Did he see it?
We all saw it. Livid.
Pissed.
Whole team. LeBron James, D Wade. There were two things that pissed us off in that series.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was if you go back to Game 2, they could have knocked us out.
Mm-hmm.
They're up 15 with like 5 minutes to play. And when they go up 15, D Wade scores right in front of our bench. And him and Bron shoot like a little mini rap video. They all in the camera, they are cutting up all in front of us. Go back and look at it. It was like 5 minutes to play, maybe 6. They're up 15.
Mm-hmm.
He gets that bucket and D Wade holds the form up. Bron comes over there. They cut up, have a good time. And then Dirk, J. Terry, they do what they do. We go on that run. We win that game in Miami.
Uh-huh. We
didn't like that.
Yeah.
And the second thing that we really didn't like in that series was Dirk was really sick and they thought it was playtime. And remember Bron, D-Wade, oh, I'm sick, dog.
Yeah.
Everyone on our team, we dialed in. We are so dialed in. Because at that point, it's like, yo, like, dude don't even say nothing to nobody.
Yeah.
And we still taking on the fact that at that point, Dirk really didn't like D-Wade based on what happened in the last finals and what D-Wade said after those finals.
For sure.
Right.
So we already were riding for Dirk because we understood that him and D-Wade had a little...
It was smoke already.
A little quiet, simmering beef.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, now he really disrespectful. This our leader. This our guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, we were, everybody was dialed in after that. Everybody was definitely dialed in.
Boy. Hey, it looked like it. Yeah. It sure enough looked like it. I was like, oh... And Dirk he don't even talk about it.
Dirk don't talk at all.
They talked about it a little bit on D-Wade's pod a little bit, but
he didn't like that D-Wade questioned his leadership after they lost in what I think it was like 06.
Yeah.
That really bothered him.
Mm-hmm.
That bothered him a lot.
He got his get back.
Yeah, he did. He got his lick back.
He got his lick back.
But that's the thing. That's the type of person he is. Like it bothered him, but you'll never know.
Yeah.
You'll never know. And so that's the type of person he was.
I think that team was the perfect example of everybody doing their job.
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
Elite
100%.
Everybody. This was a team. Everybody bought in. Everybody had their money. Certain guys had their fame, so everybody was accepting of roles. You know, Sean Marion was an all-star, but he was used to getting the ball, a certain amount of celebrity and fame when he was in Phoenix.
Yeah.
He had to accept the role. Yo, you're going to be a defensive guy. You're going to be on the baseline. You're going to be an opportunistic scorer. He was on the baseline hanging out with me on the weak side.
Yeah.
He wasn't used to that. He was used to getting opportunities in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Tyson Chandler, hey, man, block shots, run the court. Same thing with myself. Hey, we need you to do everything that Dirk doesn't do well.
Yeah.
Defensively. You and Tyson, Jan Mahinmi, y'all cover him up. Then we had guys like J. Kidd. Already won at a high level. It's not about it's not about you. And he understood that. He's like, yo, I'm leading this team. He don't care if he get 5 assists or 15. He didn't care if it was him playing or JJ Barea.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yo, like we trying to win. Everybody, like Peja Stojakovic, back was about to go out. He said, he told us, this is my last run. Whether I win or lose, I can't play no more. My back shot.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody is slowly but surely. Deshaun Stevenson locking into his role, big time defense.
Yeah.
Huge.
He was huge.
He was huge for y'all.
He was a spark plug because he's different.
Yes.
Yeah.
You gotta have a guy, irrational guy on your
You gotta
team.
have one guy that's different.
Yes.
You got to.
D Steve is a different mentality.
Yeah.
Like he's the type that when Rick Carlisle's like, yo, we're gonna pick up LeBron James full court, he's like, bet.
I got him.
I'll do that. Which is different because no one did that to LeBron back then.
Yep.
We did couple things a little bit differently. So you got to have those type of guys.
Yeah.
Jay Terry.
Boy.
Irrational confidence.
Irrational. It didn't matter where he caught the ball.
Man,
He was
listen.
shooting.
It was going up.
And told Bron what it was going to be. He said, man, listen. He said, I know for a fact you don't want to chase me around this court all day. Told him that right on in game. Like, yo.
That's a fact. He did.
Bro, mind you, now he looking up Bron like sick. Hey, I know you don't like. You know how do you know how confident you got to be? Jay Terry about 6'3", 185, soaking wet.
Yeah.
You looking up talking to Bron. I know you don't want this smoke.
Yeah.
Like you got to have a rational confidence, and everybody bought it. He understood his role. Everybody was confident. I think the super irrational confident moment for us as a team was when we were actually at Deshaun Stevenson's house earlier in the season.
Yep.
His tattoo artist was there. And certain guys were getting tattoos.
What the fuck?
And yes, he had a party at his house. When we played in Orlando, because D. Steve lived in Orlando in the offseason. He had a party at his house. His tattoo artist was there. Guys were getting tattoos. And Jason Terry got a tattoo of the NBA Finals trophy.
That's crazy.
Yes. At that moment, he said, we're going to win it. I was like, man, that's bold.
That's bold.
Not sure if I believe that all the way.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I'm with you, but I'm not getting no ink put on me.
Yeah.
What seed were y'all that year?
We were like 5th.
Y'all went on.
That's why we had such a tough road.
Yeah.
Because when you're like the 5th seed, you know that 4 or 5 matchup is always smoke.
Yeah.
And then you got to go ahead. Then you got to play like another tough game, and like, you don't get any even games.
Yeah.
It's not like when you're the 1 seed. You know the 8th seed might be or the 7th seed if you're the 2 seed. But when you're the 5th seed, and people thought we were going to lose every single series. They thought Portland was going to beat us. They thought the Lakers were going to demolish us, and then they thought OKC and Miami was going to beat us as well.
Talk about like how important camaraderie is in the league.
Oh man, can't win without it.
Can't.
Everybody doesn't have to like each other, but there has to be a strong culture, camaraderie, and respect.
Mm-hmm.
Guys are going to be different. There's going to be certain guys. Hey, you got your video game guys. You got your guys that like to go out. You got your guys that like to gamble, play cards. Everybody's going to be a little bit different, but there has to be a camaraderie. We got to kind of genuinely like each other or have an understanding. And then there has to be a culture of how business gets done.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing I've seen from Washington to Dallas. Like I'm sitting there with Caron Butler and we're sitting there, we're like, yo, we had more talent when Gilbert was healthy in DC, but we have way more discipline here.
Mm-hmm.
It was not like when Gilbert Arenas was healthy, we had more talent.
Mm-hmm.
Like Gil, like we had so many talented players. Gilbert in DC, Gilbert Arenas, Caron Butler, Antoine Jameson, Andre Blatch, Nick Young, JaVale McGee. Didn't have a lick of discipline. We're out there just winging it.
Yeah.
We're kicking it. Those my guys. I had the most fun in DC.
Yeah.
The most fun, but that was because there was a lack of discipline.
Yeah.
And so when you get to that, when I got to Dallas, I understood what culture and discipline was all about. And sometimes you don't like it. Sometimes you're kind of fighting against it.
Mm-hmm.
but then you see how it works, you get a little bit older, you're like, yeah, that's just what I needed.
The NBA Cup is here, and you know who we locked in with. The official sponsor of Run Your Race, DraftKings. And you already know what to do. Go to DraftKings right now, download the app, use promo code RACE, and new customers who bet as little as $5 get $150 in bonus bets if you win. And DraftKings has everybody. If sports betting is not legal in your state, DraftKings also has daily fantasy. As you know, I'm going to be locked in on the NBA Cup all week. But as you know, DraftKings is an official partner of NFL, and they are the #1 place to bet on touchdowns. And don't forget about DraftKings Same Game Parlay for a chance at a bigger payout. So y'all know what to do. Go to DraftKings right now, download the app, use promo code RACE. DraftKings, the crown is yours.